Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and it is Death Guard time. Wow, I love this book. So far in 9th edition, this is my favourite codex. There is so much cool stuff in here. There's a lot of nerfs, what people would expect. A lot of things have changed, guys. Read the rules. Nearly every unit has had an amendment in it. Mortarion is pretty much a must-take now. I think there's absolute warrant for taking him. There is tons and tons of cool stuff. Entropy Cannon's got fantastic. All of the support characters got better. It's a really good book. And yes, Disgusting Resilience changed, but ignoring movement and -1 damage and rapid firing, even if you are counting as having remained stationary. Guys, there is so much cool stuff in here. Even the fact that you give out a bubble of minus to toughness, that means your Plague Knives on Marines are wounding other Space Marines on 3s, reroll and 1s. It's a great book. This is available to pre-order right now. Guys, if you can, please support Battle Bunker Limited. Justin has supported me for many years now, and of course during the pandemic in the UK. We unfortunately can't go there to game, but Justin does offer discount on a whole host of things, including the new Lord, the cards, the codex, the terrain feature, and of course he offers free delivery if you spend over £40. He doesn't have a website, guys. He's got a stock list on his Facebook page. Give him a ring, give him a text message, drop him a message on Facebook, and he can get this stuff posted out to you for release day. Guys, I love this book, and I'm incredibly grateful for Lucy for actually having the patience to play against me with this. I listened to her advice, I wrote stuff down, and yeah, I'm really excited about this. So, what better way to show off Mortarion than have him face off against Ghazghkull? Let's go have a look through the armies. So here we go. This is 1750 points of Death Guard, and I am running one of the 7 plague companies. I'm running the Wretched, and the reason I'm running the Wretched is because I've spent 1 CP to make the Plague Caster 7-fold Blessings. Use this stratagem before the battle. When you are mustering your army, select a Wretched Psychic model from your army. That model knows 1 additional psychic power from the chosen discipline, and once per psychic phase you can reroll 1 psychic test taken for that model. I don't think you can use it on Mortarion because he doesn't have the Plague Company keyword. I don't think. No, he doesn't. So you can't use that on Mortarion, hence going on the Plague Caster. As a result, I'm also giving Mortarion gets his 3 normal Warlord traits, which we'll cover shortly, but he then also gets to pick one of the 7 Plague Companies ones as well. And I've gone for the Wretched one, Eater Plague. While an enemy unit is within contagion range of this unit, each time an attack is made by a friendly Wretched model against that enemy, and a modified hit roll of a 6 automatically wounds. Morty's going forward anyway, right? So anything within contagion range of Morty is basically susceptible to that auto wound on a 6 to hit. That is very good. So in addition to obviously Morty's Warlord traits, he also gets that one. Speaking of the Warlord traits, and of course we have Mortarion, the Warlord traits that Mortarion has is Revolting Resilient, aka what was Disgusting Resilient, so he can shrug wounds on a 5. Fantastic, because he needed that still. He also has Living Plague. Whilst an enemy unit is within 3 inches of this Warlord, that unit cannot be affected by any aura abilities. That's fantastic, because it means that Lucy's Warbanner, for example, or Ghazghkull's +1 attack, basically turns them off. Fantastic. He also has Arch Contaminator as well, which did change. Each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack with a plague weapon within 6 inches of him, you can re-roll the wound roll. So it's just re-roll melee weapons that are plague weapons. Or each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack with a plague weapon that targets a unit that is within 12, you can re-roll the wound roll. So it's only within 12 of the unit if it's a ranged weapon. So Morty's still got a lot of stuff going for him. And I've decided to give him the spells Plague Wind, Miasma of Pestilence, and Gift of Contagion. Yeah, Gift of Contagion is going to come in very, very handy because I can subtract 1 from the strength of attacks and possibly subtract 1 from the actual number of attacks as well. That's Gift of Contagion. Plague Wind, roll a dice for each model in the unit, and each 6 I do a mortal wound. So Mortarian's more of me damage dealer psyker, whereas my Plague Caster, because he can re-roll a single psychic test, he obviously has the ability to re-roll his psychic test. He's took Miasma of Pestilence, which again is subtract 1 from hit rolls. Putrescent Vitality, which is add 1 to the strength and toughness characteristics of models in my unit. I want toughness 6 Terminators. And because he can now take a third one, he's also gone Gift of Contagion as well, just in case we've got Smite as well on top of that. So yeah, that's the Plague Caster and Morty. Next up we have a Lord of Contagion. I think the new Lord, the Veritant, I can't say it. I think he's very good, but obviously at this point we don't have the model. So a Lord of Contagion it is. I have decided though to spend 2 CP on him to give him the Relic Plague Reaper, which basically doesn't suffer the penalty to hit. And I believe it does mortal wounds on an unmodified wound roll of a 6. It does a mortal wound as well. And that is the Reaper of Glorious Entropy. And I've also spent a CP to take a Warlord trait on him. And the Warlord trait that I've chosen to give him is Rotten Constitution. Add 1 to the toughness characteristic of the Warlord. And each time an attack with an armor penetration characteristic of -1 or -2 is allocated to him, the attack of the armor penetration characteristic is reduced to 0 instead. So he's always getting a 2-up save and he's toughness 6. That should help keep him around quite a while. The normal relic that I'm taking, or essentially the free one that you get, I'm actually taking it on the Tallyman. So I'm going to take Tollkeeper. While a friendly Plague Company core unit is within 6 of the bearer, each time a model in that unit makes a ranged attack, an unmodified hit roll of a 6 scores 1 additional hit. So imagine combining that with Morty's extra Warlord trait. So any 6s to hit, the actual 6 that you roll would generate an auto wound, but then it counts as 2 hits, so then I get to make a wound roll as well. So that is pretty good. Now, the way the Death Guard detachments work now is you can only take 1 Lord, essentially, per detachment, much like the Space Marine Captain. However, much like the Lieutenants, you can actually take a retinue of characters from the Elite slot rather than the HQ. And they only actually take up 1 slot for up to 3. Forted Virion, they are called. And they have to all be from different data slates, but you can take 3 to take up 1 elite slot. So I've took a Biologus Putrefier, a Plague Surgeon, and the Tallyman. So what do each of these guys do? Because they've changed quite a lot. Well, first of all, the Plague Surgeon is essentially an apothecary now with a power sword. So at the end of the moving phase, he can heal 1 bubonic Astartes infantry unit, whose unit is within 3. The model regains D3 lost wounds, and each model can only be healed once per turn. In addition to this, we've got Tainted Narthecium. You can basically give them a 6-up shrug. So yes, you don't get your 5-up Disgusting Resilience, but you can give those Toughness 6 Terminators a 6-up shrug. Very, very handy. Interestingly enough, though, it doesn't look like you can actually get a model back, which is a little bit of a shame, but the fact he gives out that 6-up shrug and can heal the Terminators, bearing in mind the Disgusting Resilience change, I think is pretty good. And then the Biologus Putrefier. What he does is he's got Blight Racks. He can do some stuff with Blight Grenades. He can explode, but the reason that you're taking him is Foul Infusion. Once per turn at the start of either your charge phase or your fight phase, you can select one friendly Plague Company core unit within 6 of this model, and until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack with a plague weapon, and a modified wound roll of a 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target in addition to normal damage. Does that stack with the Warlord trait, though? Is an interesting question. Let's have a quick look when I find it. Unmodified hit roll of a 6, and that's a wound roll of a 6. You can seriously dish out the mortal wounds. If you combine that wretched Warlord trait with this, hits of a 6 are doing mortal wounds, wounds of a 6 are doing mortal wounds, that's pretty tasty. Pretty tasty indeed. The Tallyman, the reason that we've taken the Tallyman, the 7-fold chant at the start of your command phase, if this model is on the battlefield, roll 2d6, and on a 7+, you gain 1 command point. That is potentially 2 command points per turn that you are getting. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That's why we take him. But he also has another rule. In your command phase, this model can tally for 1 friendly Plague Company core unit within 6. Until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. That's also in combat. That's very, very good. All them Stonebolters on the Terminators, all the attacks with the axes. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the 3 support characters that I'm taking. They are between 60 and 75 points each, but I think buffing a large unit is very, very useful. Talking about the Blightlord Terminators, yeah, the Flail of Corruption doesn't spill over anymore, which there is a stratagem for it, but I don't know if I would actually pay the CP for it. It's quite expensive. I think it was 2 CP. The Bubonic Axe and the Bale Sword lost their rust rule, so any 6s to hit or wound used to be -1 AP. Doesn't stack anymore, unfortunately. Good thing about the Axe, +2 strength, -2 AP. It's a plague weapon, so you can dish out all those mortal wounds as well from your support characters. The Blightlord Terminators are 3 wounds now, and of course they've got the new Disgusting Resilience, which reduces damage by 1, meaning that they're going to need hitting with something quite hard to shift them. If you combine the Plague Surgeon behind them to keep them alive a little bit longer with that 6-up shrug, very, very cool. So I've got a unit of 8 Terminators there, 1 Blight Launcher, 1 Flail. Everybody else has Combi Bolters, and Bubonic Axes. And it's a lot of points, don't get me wrong, but that unit should stick around and should hit like a ton of bricks, hopefully. Hopefully. And then we've got the troop choices. So we've got 2 × 5 Plague Marines, all with bolt guns and 1 Blight Launcher each. The data slate is very, very confusing about what they can and can't take. It seems like if you take a squad of 5, you can equip them all with different combat weapons, but you can't take 5 with dual plague knives, which was really good before, but now you can't do that. Also, you can only take them in squads of 10 now, which is a bit... I understand why it's being done. Granted that they've got 2 wounds each now. I get it. I get it. It does hurt a little bit though. We've then got a unit of 20 Poxwalkers. Now, Poxwalkers now hit on 4s as standard, and their toughness 4 as standard. Great. Disgust and Resilience doesn't really help them because they've only got 1 wound, right? And I know a lot of people were interested to see what they're going to do. They still have Mindless Horde. They still have Curse of the Walking Pox to replenish models in their unit. And their auto pass morale test. But Unending Horde, they have a 6-up shrug built in. They do have the Plague Company keyword, but they do not have the core keyword. So no rerolls or buffs on them at all. Still, it's okay. You've still got the stratagem that is very similar to the one that was in Psychic Awakening, where they can do mortal wounds on 6s. But if you roll 1s, you take mortal wounds. And finally, we've got a Plague Burst Crawler. I think this is significantly better than what it used to be. Not only does it hit on 3s now when it shoots, which is so much better than what it was, and why everybody, Ian, took the flamers on them. The Plague Burst Mortar now is a flat 2 damage. I think that's so much better than the randomness that it was before. I like it a lot. The Plague Spitter, whilst it's not strength user anymore, is a flat strength 6, but the other guns got much, much better. Entropy Cannons, for example, damages D3 plus 3, and it's a plague weapon. That is absolutely fantastic. The Wrathhail volley gun got much better, and I think it's actually quite valid for running this alongside the Plague Spitters, because it's rapid 3 at range 24. So obviously if you get within that 12, you've got your 6 shots and then 2d6 from your flamers. So I think that's a very valid thing to take, because it is strength 6 now, whereas the Heavy Slugger, it is longer range, it's only strength 5 and only 4 shots. So in my instance with this setup, I'm running the Heavy Slugger. There is a couple of interesting stratagems that I can use on the Plague Burst Crawler though. One of them is Disgusting Force, which helps increase the damage output from this. We've also got a stratagem available, which is basically Power the Machine Spirit, which allows you to count as being on top bracket, which is really, really good. Disgusting Force, however, use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a Plague Burst Crawler model from your army is selected to shoot until the end of the phase. Each time that model makes an attack with its Plague Burst Mortar, the attack has a damage characteristic of 3. After that model is shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more attacks with a Plague Burst Mortar by that model this turn. Roll 1d6 for each other unit within 3 of that unit, excluding Nurgle, of the selected unit, and on a 4+, it suffers 1 mortal wound, essentially giving it splash damage and minimum damage 3 for 1 CP. That is so, so good. Of course, he doesn't have the 5-up shrug that he used to, but he does have Disgust and Resilience, so he reduces damage taken by 1. He's essentially a Dreadnought now, which is a toughness 8 Dreadnought with 12 wounds. Yeah, he's so good. There's so much cool stuff in this book that I really, really wanted to show off, but it's 1750 points, and even 2000 points, including Morty, is a quarter of your army. I'm hoping that I can show you guys some of the fun stuff and some of the fun combos that's in this list.
Okay, so here is my 1746, a nice even number, of Goths, and yes, there are Goths with Ghazghkull and Makari.
You got it right?
I actually wrote it how I would think it's spelled, so I'm getting there. So yep, obviously he is my Warlord, and the Warlord trait is +1 attack, and the use is +1 rend. It's
only useless because his claw's -4 anyway.
Exactly. Anyway, moving on, we have a weird boy who, yes, I have spent the command point to make him a warhead, sorry. And we have a knob with war banner. We have a 30-man unit of boys with choppers.
We have 30 Michelangelos, because they're orange.
Yeah, I don't know the colours. I just know I like the purple one the best. I've paid the command point for Scar Boys, which gives them toughness 5 because you're...
Strength 5.
Strength 5, sorry, because you're toughness 5. So we have a unit of 23 boys because of points, again with choppers, and we have a 10-man unit with shooter boys.
You know that second squad of 23 boys?
Yeah.
They're a squad of Donatellos, Leonardos and Raphaels, see? This is what happens when she lets me paint her models.
Yeah. Anyway, they will be travelling in style in the truck with Wrecking Ball. And we have a shock jump dragster.
That thing was so good last game.
I know. We have a mega track scrapjet, the mech gun with custom mega cannon, and finishing her off we have Morty.
That's not Morty. How dare you?
No, what do I call him again?
Murphy.
Murphy,
like
yes.
your dog.
Oh, the Morphonaut, yes, with the custom force field, and his it didn't cost me the command point, but he has got sparkly bits.
Yep, and
that I keep giving him that every game, so he needs a good spray with glitter.
oh God, no.
Yes.
I'll dry brush him with some Rise of Rust for you.
No.
I'll paint a bit more red on because red goes faster.
No, he's getting glitter. My army. Anyway.
But yeah, the reason Lucy called him Morty is because I have Morty in my list.
Yeah, that's it. The horrible thing with weird wings.
He's not horrible. He just wants to give you Papa Nurgle's blessing, give you nice, lovely, contagious gifts.
Yes. Anyway, that is my orc list for the game.
Right guys, welcome back after deployment. Today's mission is Frontline Warfare from the core rulebook, which means none of the FAQ changes are in effect.
Okay, good, because I don't know.
We're trying to keep it simple because there's a lot of new Death Guard stuff for me to try and remember.
Yeah.
And obviously Lucy's only played a handful of proper 9th edition missions.
Yeah.
I think at this point most people have probably only played a handful, but... Yeah. As long as you guys are staying safe, that's the important thing. Right, secondary objectives.
You have gone for Vital Ground. Which
is the mission-specific one, so if you control either of the side ones at the start of your command phase, you get 2 points for each one. If you control the one in your opponent's deployment zone, you score 3 up to a maximum of 7 for that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on.
You've gone Thin Their Ranks.
Which is 1 point for every 10 models I kill, or for something with 10 or more wounds. It is a whole victory point for that.
And Bring It Down.
Which is kill vehicles and monsters. So Lucy, of course, has 3 vehicles here. Gazgul, that, and that. So there's 5. 4 that I can kill for 2 points, and 2 that I can kill for 3 points each.
Yep.
So I could get a lot of points for that.
Yeah, I've gone for Vital Ground as well, Engage in All Front, and Assassinate because he has lots of characters.
I've got 6 characters. I've got 3 elite choices, 2 HQ, and of course Morty. So each one of those is 3 victory points for Lucy.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to kill them all to max out on that. And Engage in All Fronts, of course, is get into table quarters.
Yeah, which I take every time.
It's one of the easier ones to remember. Now, normally I go for that because I normally play a faster moving army. But of course, Death Guard are ever so slightly faster than what they used to be. Because Terminators now move 5 instead of 4.
Ooh.
And we ignore penalties to movement. So see all these lovely craters?
Yeah.
I ignore the penalty to moving and charging over them.
Yeah, he did say he set the table to show them off, but... he's really just to slow me down. Sick of getting beaten by his...
Hey, there's a warlord trait that you can add to Morty, or even just one of the plague companies, that anybody within contagion range, which changes each turn, reduces their movement. So I could have made you have like a 1-inch move on your boys, or 2-inch move.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, of course, I've set up deployed over here. I've got nothing in reserve. We've got 5 Marines and Morty, the Terminators and all the characters, the other 5 Marines, and the Lord of Contagion and the Poxwalkers are over there. I did not put the Terminators in reserve.
No, you didn't.
Because I think bringing them down later on it would be too much of a hindrance. It's too many points to leave off the board.
Yep.
Lucy's got the Shock Jump, the 30 boys with the Weird Boy and the War Banner. Of course, protected by his custom force field with the Megatrack Scrapjet. Gaz, Makari, and 23 boys. And then we've got the Shooter boys over this side with the mech gun.
Yep.
So, shout out to Terry from Demonscapes, because he has provided a lot of what is on the table today. So these awesome wound trackers that you put the D10s in, which we'll be using. The fantastic 9th edition score counter, which you can keep track of your command points, primaries and secondaries. Lucy's Apocalypse bases or scrap bases on her orcs, and of course the lava bases of my Death Guard, which can also be pinned to like a frozen lake.
Yes.
So shout out to her. And Lucy's pink objectives.
Of course. Everything is pink.
Yep. And shout out to gamemat.eu for supplying the battle mat, and all the terrain is by GW. So without further ado, let's see who gets to choose who goes first.
Oh, you.
Oh, the big problem is I don't move far enough to do enough damage, but I kind of want to get my sighted powers and buffs off as well.
Yeah, and no, ignore us.
I will go first.
Okie dokes. So here we go.
Yep, so at the start of my command phase on a 7+, the Tallyman gives me an extra CP. So I'm on 10 to start with because I spent 2, I become 11. I get a 6, so I've got 11 command points. Even though I've got tons of abilities that I can use, right? The Tallyman is going to give his +1 to hit to the Terminator squad, and that's all under here. I'll just remove that to show you. So Tallyman is here. It's going to give the Terminators +1 to hit. And Mortarion is going to give this squad of Plague Marines reroll all hits. Just because, in fact, you know what? No, he's going to put it himself.
Oh.
Because it's a Death Guard core unit or character.
Okay.
Where normally all the other rerolls are only core. So he's going to put the rerolls to hit on himself.
Nice.
That is actually all I can do with my command phase. So into movement and psychic.
So movement is done.
Yep, Morty's moved forward 11 of his 12 just to get that objective. The Marines have actually come through the wall. The reason is I can actually get a couple of extra shots in, hopefully on these boys, because I get the rapid fire full distance even though I moved, because, you know, Death Guard. Terminators and most of the characters pushed forward here in the centre. The Plague Burst Crawlers pushed to the side to get a line straight across at the Morkanaut. The Marines have moved back slightly just to try and protect that edge because I know Lucy's got to jump. And the Poxwalkers ran 6 inches with the Lord of Contagion in the middle. He doesn't buff them, but you can't shoot them while they're around him. The idea is to get them into your lines to hopefully hold you up. So, Psychic Phase. Yeah. I know all 4 powers that I'm going to be casting. So, we're going to start with Mortarion first of all. He is going to cast Gift of Contagion onto these Orc boys.
What does that do?
So Gift of Contagion, select an enemy unit within 18. Until the start of your next psychic trait, subtract 1 from the strength characteristic of models in that unit. So they're strength 5 currently because of...
Yeah,
So this is why I'm casting this on them.
Okay.
So this needs a 5. I get it on a 7. You've got 2 denies altogether.
I will. I'll try that.
Nope.
No.
So they're at -1 strength. Interestingly enough, if I'd rolled a 9 or more, an 8 or more, you would also lose an attack.
Ouch.
Yes. So the second one I'm going to cast is Plague Wind. Casting value of 6. I fail it. I'm going to burn that command point that I've just gotten.
Okay. Oh,
I still fail it. Oh, that's not good. So what I would have done there is roll 30 dice, and for every 6, I would do a mortal wound. But if I'd rolled a 9, it would do mortal wounds on a 5.
Okay.
So next up, we've got the Plague, Malignant Plague Caster. I'm going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on Morty, which means it will be -1 to hit him. That does go off on an 8, and you are too far away, I believe.
Oh, yes, I am.
It's only 24 in 40k.
Ooh.
He then has another spell, which is Putrescent Vitality, which he's going to cast on the Terminators to make them +1 toughness. That'll be toughness 6 Terminators.
No.
But because of the stratagem I spent on him pre-game, I can re-roll that.
Okay, dokes.
7. So that does go off.
8.
It's
8.
That's 7.
8, got it.
So that does go off on a 7. Add 1 to their strength and toughness. So their axes will become strength 7.
Yikesy.
And that is it for Psychic.
Okay, dokes, what's shooting first?
So I'm going to go with the Plague Burst Crawler first, and I'm going to use 1 command point on Disgusting Force.
Speaking of command points, he spent 3 pre-game.
I did, because I took an extra
2.
Relic and Warlord trait, and then I buffed me Plague Caster.
So I've altered that on the score sheet.
Right, so, Disgusting Force. Use this model in your shooting phase when a Plague Burst Crawler is selected to shoot. Each time that model makes an attack with a Plague Burst Mortar, the attack damage characteristic of 3. And after the model is shot, roll a dice for the enemy unit that was hit by it, and roll a d6 for each other unit within 3. And on a 4+, they take 1 mortal wound.
Ouchie.
Yeah. If I hit, I will be using Sickly Corrosion, which is 2 CP. But we'll get to that in a few moments.
Okay.
So starting with the Plague Burst Crawler, it has D6 attacks with the Plague Burst Mortar for 3. I'll take it. Thank God they hit on 3s now instead of 4s. 2 hits. Strength 8. Toughness 8 of him.
Yep.
I've hit, so by the way, I will use Sickly Corrosion now. So that's 2 CP on that. Basically, it allows me to reroll wound rolls of a 1.
Okay.
But I have to have done the damage with a plague weapon. This is a plague weapon. So that's 1 wound at -2. So you've got your 5 up. That's a 2. It's 3 damage.
Custom force fail?
No, that was...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so it's... you would have been dropped to a 5-up save or a 5-up invulnerable anyway.
Yeah.
However, I've now got 2 entropy cannons firing at you from the Plague Burst Crawler as well. 1 hit, 1 miss. It is strength 8, so I'm winning you on 4s.
Ooh.
Rerolling 1s because not only of Sickly Corrosion, this is also a plague weapon as well. So that does wound. Now it is -4, so you wouldn't get an armor save, but you get your custom force field.
Yes, I do. No,
That's
I don't.
Now, this is D3 plus 3 damage. Do you want to CP that?
Yes. Yay!
Passed. See, the entropy cannon, the D3 plus 3 is so much better than D6.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And up next, we have a Warlord.
Yep, of bolters from the Terminators. Interestingly enough, right, I've left them in the middle and I haven't gave them any reroll 1s to hit because Morty and the Lord of Contagion are on either side of them. So a little bit of a boo-boo. I can essentially use Veterans of the Long War. It's got a different name, but it is +1 to wound. It's 2 CP though, which means I would wound this on 5s, rerolling 1s.
Nah. Oh, the tank's little gun actually did another 1 wound to Morty, so he's lost 4.
Murphy, not Morty.
Oh. Reloaded.
Anyway, Storm Bolters. Sorry, Combi Bolters, because I'm a Chaos player. Look at all them 1s that I should have been re-rolling. Now, they do have +1 to hit because of the Tallyman's buff that I gave them earlier. So at least that kind of makes up for those couple of missed hits.
There's a 2 in there, is that right?
Yes, because I get +1 to hit.
Okay.
So these are wounding on 6s, re-rolling 1s because of Sickly Corrosion. Look at all the 5s that could have wounded, man. Still, that is 7 wounds.
Nice.
Nurgle's lucky number. Yeah, we're getting another 4.
Any round AP?
No, it's just bolt guns. Oh wait, there's a 1 there. That's another wound that you need to save. So, there's no AP, so you fail 1.
Yeah, I'll take that. Up next, these Plague Marines. You're trying to get rid of them before...
I'm just trying to plink some wounds off
them.
So, at him, we've got 8 bolt gun shots. The 2's missed, but I'm re-rolling all hits because he's a Primarch and I put his buff on them. So, these would only wound you on 6s, but re-rolling 1s because of the corrosion. 2, no AP. So that's 1 more wound.
Yep.
And then I've got the Blight Launcher. Both hit. This is strength 6, so I'm wounding you on 5s with this. So nothing.
Any more?
I don't think so, but I'm going to double check. And that's it. Nothing else is within range. Nothing else is within range. There's a lot of stuff that I could have done. I think if the Terminators had been within 12, obviously using virulent rounds to make them their bolt guns plague weapons. If Morty is within 6 of them and they shoot something within 12, then they could have rerolled all of those wounds. Yeah, that is it for my turn. Not a lot happening. 6 wounds plinked off him. Disappointed I didn't kill any boys, but it is what it is. Movement phase.
Yes, movement is done. Everything's pushed forward. The boys and Ghazghkull ran. I can't remember what they got. The truck, it only went to 10 because it went in through the terrain. The Morganor pushed forward a couple of inches after the scrapjet pulled round. Oh, him. Poor him. My plan can't involve him. So he shuffled down here to God knows what he ran. These didn't budge at all, and the shock jump spun round as much as he could because he had to go around. But again, he's got more stuff to do in this phase. But psychic first.
Yep.
Warpath. He's going to cast it
plus 1 attack essentially.
Yes, I'm a +3 because of how many models are around.
So that becomes
11.
No, that's 5.
Yeah.
Becomes an 8. Morty will try.
Why can't I count?
Morty will try and stop it. He doesn't stop it, so you get Warpath off.
I do. And next, da jump.
That's a peril. Do you want to CP re-roll the whole lot?
Yes. Is it just 1?
Just 1 CP, but you get to re-roll both. So that's an 8. That becomes an 11. There's no reason for me not to try and stop it with Morty.
Yeah, there is. Be polite.
So I didn't stop that, unfortunately. So she's got Warpath and a jump on them. So let's see where she's going to move these two.
Right, so let's start with...
The boys. They jumped over there.
Sorry, they jumped over there. I wanted them along the back wall, but it would have been a silly slim line and, yeah.
Coherency rules and stuff.
Yeah. So, shooting the Morkanaut, the custom Mega Blaster and the custom Mega Zapper are going to go into Morty. And the Rocket Launcher and the Twin Big Shooters are going to go into this unit there.
The Terminators. So, just a reminder, the new Disgusting Resilience reduces damage taken by 1. Morty has a 5-up shrug against wounds and mortal wounds because of his Revolt and Resilient Warlord trait. Those guys have a 6-up shrug because of the Plague Surgeon.
And Morty is -1 to hit.
Morty is also -1 to hit because of my asthma.
My shiny bit is cancelled out, but I have spent a command point for more DACA. So, custom Mega Blaster 5s. No, thought so. The custom Mega Zapper 3d3.
6 shots. 1 hit, but you get more DACA.
Yeah.
Just the 1 hit.
Wow. Strength 8.
Toughness 7.
It wounds. It is -3.
4+.
You're fine. Well, that was the rocket launcher 1.
You had 2 rocket launchers, I think, don't you? You armed with 2?
Yes, I am. So they both hit because you are not -1.
But you get a Mordaka.
I do. Which hit?
Yep.
Strength 5, 8, sorry.
I'm toughness 6.
So that is -2.
So I'm on my 4th invulnerable. So I take 1. Now that would have been 3 damage.
It's 2.
It's 2 because I reduce it by 1.
It is.
And then I've got a 6-up shrug. So 1 Terminator is on 1 wound, but then you've got your twin big shooters.
Yep.
So I think 12 shots in total. So the twin big shooters, Lucy
Yes.
rolled a lot of hits, a lot of 5s and 6s. She got 5 wounds and I rolled 2 1s. And then failed to save any with the Plague Surgeon. So she kills a Terminator and wounds the next one.
Woohoo! But my truck is going to shoot his big shooter into the Poxwalkers.
And then the shooters inside are going to shoot into them as well.
They are indeed.
Let's see how many we've got left after that. So down here we have a total of 6 Poxwalkers killed from the big shooter, the shooters in the truck and the sluggers from the boys. The knob with the rocket bow took aim at the Plague Bear's crawler and unfortunately failed to wound. But next up there is a mech gun.
It is, and that is aiming for the crawler as well.
Yep.
So he has got the custom mega cannon, so D6 attack shots. Ooh.
2. Do you want to CP it or?
Yeah.
6 shots, nice.
Much better.
But because the grots, they hit on 4s. At least you get Daka.
Wow. Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
It is strength 8.
I'm toughness 8.
Uh-huh.
Fails to wound.
Well, this is going exceptionally well, isn't it?
Wow, I didn't expect that. So next up.
Yep, the Scrapjet is going to take aim at the Terminators.
You don't like them Terminators, do you?
No. The rocket cannon, 2d3s.
Okay. 3 shots, not too bad. 5s, nothing.
It's weapon skill. Right, assault 6 for the twin big shooters.
And you've got 2 of them.
I do, I need more dice.
There's 6 more. This is fired by the grots, so hitting on 4s.
Yeah. Ooh, that's better.
Got a few daggers in there as well.
Yeah.
3.
Oh, that is a 4, sorry.
For an extra hit.
I'll take that.
Strength 5. Terminator's a toughness 6 at the minute, so you're needing 5s to wound me.
3.
Don't roll 1s. No! Yes!
Oh, very nice. Right, and the wing missile.
I think it's -1 to hit if it's not a vehicle.
It is.
Misses.
There we go.
So I think that leaves your shock jump dragster and then all of these boys.
Yep, it's going to be the shock jump dragster next.
And who's he going for?
Morty.
Of course he is.
D6.
4. So you're -1 to hit me. What's your normal ballistic skill?
5. So 6s. No.
Would have been 2 hits. Are you now teleporting him with the stratagem?
I am indeed.
So not a lot.
No.
There was a flash, and Morty's like, I don't even know what Morty would sound like. But either way, it's over there hiding in that corner.
Which gets me. Dum, dum, dum.
It will get Lucy the full 3 points to engage on all fronts, providing these guys don't die.
Yes.
Speaking of these guys, she got 7 hits on Morty despite the -1. She got a single wound on a pass me armor save.
He did. He didn't even need his shrug.
No, and she wounded the Marines once with the 5 that couldn't reach Morty, and that was it.
Yep. So
I am very curious as to why you didn't push this guy forward and charge Morty.
Yeah. Is him jumping 2 CP?
1.
Ooh, I'm trying to take the next one away from myself. Charges. Let's go. The boys. Into the big boy.
Into Morty.
There you.
Reroll because of here we go. That's a 10. You make it.
Well, hey. These boys down here.
Into the Poxwalkers?
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah. Let's change the dice.
6. We'll have to measure that up, see if it makes it. Is that your only charge?
I kind of want to send the truck in.
Go for it.
And Glasgow can't see, so he can't really. I think he's more than 12, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, let's get measured up.
Right, so Lucy made the charge with a 10 and then piled it in a further 3 inches. So she's managed to get, you know, pretty well round. She's staying more than an inch away from those guys, so they can't be dragged into combat. 18 boys are within reach of Morty. 17 normal with choppers, and the knob with the power claw. Interestingly enough, the fact that there would have been strength 5 had I not cast the spell doesn't make a difference on Morty with him being toughness 7. So you'd still been winning on 5. 5 attacks each because of 20 models, choppers, and warpath. However, Morty has his contagion, so you're actually only toughness 3 whilst you're within 9 inches of Morty.
Just flat 6s. Okay.
What for?
To hit.
No, you hit on 3s.
Okay then, let's go.
So, despite the -1, Lucy rolling a lot of 6s and getting a lot of extra hits in. She's already rolled for 10. She's already wounded 9 times.
Yep.
This is the other 7 guys.
Let's go. So, the rest... yeah.
16 wounds.
Yep. Here we go.
3s.
There's at least 1, 2.
5s.
Ha! Take that.
So he suffered 1 wound, but you've still got your power claw to go though. So you would be technically at -2 to hit, but obviously rules only dictate you can only suffer -1.
Yeah.
2 hits. Strength 8.
It's times 2.
Oh no! So he would be strength 5, which
+1 -1.
So he's still strength 8. So yeah, the 3 does wound.
Strength 10.
No, because you're -1 strength.
But +1 for me.
For your stratagem. No, it says the boys have strength 5. Right. Your knob already has strength 5.
Okay.
So you'll be strength 4 becomes 8. Either way, you'll still win me on 3s. So 4 invulnerable. D3 damage. I reduce it by 1 anyway. I'll just take it. 1. 5 up. Nope. So I've took 2 wounds on Morty so far.
Yay.
That's okay.
So, I think, looking at his attacks, this might be the game. You stop me.
Well, it's not, because I know what you're going to end up doing. Have you got 5 command points?
Yes, I've got 6.
I know what you're doing, so it's fine. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Now, I'll hold my hands up. I did make a very small error in my shooting phase. If you remember, I said in the command phase, I was putting the reroll hits on him. I actually used it on them. So I won't use it now. However, the Reaping Scythe, right, is strength user, so it becomes strength 8. Interestingly enough, if I use the Eviscerating Blow, strength 16.
Ouch.
That would wound your Stomper and Morkanaut on 2s. And it's a plague weapon, so I reroll 1s. Either way, I'd be wounding your boys on 2s anyway.
Yeah.
Because of strength 8. But they're actually only toughness 3 because of the contagions. Yeah. Is it contagions it's called? Contagions or Nurgle, yes. So you're -1 toughness when you're within 9 inches of him.
Okie dokes.
So hitting on 2s.
Yeah, he gets like ridiculous amounts of attacks.
He gets 7 attacks, but he lost Shock Assault. So he would have had an extra 1 normally. Well, an extra 3.
That looked a lot more than 7.
You get to make 3 hit rolls when you do a swipe with your scythe.
Okay.
Strength 8, I'm winning you on 2s and it's a plague weapon. Now I looked at all the stratagems and everything that I've got right, and nothing would help me any further. So that is 18 dead orcs.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so while my orcs are being removed, to be fair, I expected you to take the whole unit. I really did. I am going to spend a command point on Insane Bravery, so that they are not running. And your 2 units, your Poxwalkers and Terminators, would auto pass.
So the Poxwalkers auto pass anyway. The Terminators haven't lost enough to take a morale test. Interestingly enough, right, going into my command phase, I wouldn't control this because you've got troops there.
I do indeed.
But I would control that one because my Poxwalkers are within 3. Your Orcs are not. So, well, that's the end of Lucy's turn. We'll now come back with my command phase for turn 2.
So, at the end of my turn 1, I scored 3 points for being in all 4 table quadrants.
Yep, and that's it for the minute. At the start of my turn, I actually score... I score 10 primary victory points because I control 2 objectives, the one in the centre at the back, in my deployment zone, and the one at this side. So I get those, and because the side one is for vital ground, I score 2 for that. So that puts me at 12 victory points at the end of my command phase. Obviously I've got things to do, but not loads. So, first of all, does the Tallyman give me an extra command point? He does, so I actually get 2 command points, puts me back up to 8, which is fantastic. Mortarion is going to give reroll hits to this squad this time, for definite. And I think that's pretty much it. The Biologus Putrefier and the Plague Surgeon, not the Plague Surgeon, the Tallyman is also going to put their effects on these, so that gives them +1 to hit. And I think that is pretty much it for the command phase.
Welcome back after movement. What has happened?
So the Terminators are pushing forward. Maybe I should have put them up one of the flanks instead. It is what it is. The Tallyman stayed behind. If these guys fail the charge, he's in place to buff them next turn. The Poxwalkers have pushed forward at this side as well. And the Lord of Contagion is going to try and take out that Dragster. And that's pretty much it. The Marines have pushed forward ever so slightly, but going straight on to the Psychic phase, Gift of Contagion on these. In fact, you know what? I think that's a bit of a waste. I'm just going to go straight in with Plague Wind. Casting value of 6.
Is this the one where you roll a load of dice?
Yes, that's a fail.
Yes, it is, thankfully. I was going to try and stop it, but...
I'm going to CP that.
Ooh.
That's a 7. It does go off.
Yeah, I have to, because I don't like the look of it. No, that's a double 1.
2. So you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boys there.
Can I CP that?
Yes, if you want. Doesn't stop it.
No.
So that's a CP lost each. 6, 8, 10, 12. How many dice are you still recording? 12 dice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I didn't get it off on a 9+, because that does mortal wounds on 5s. 1 mortal wound.
That could have been so much worse.
Smite. Oh, whatever. Anyone? That one? Or one of these?
The ones from the back, please.
Okay. So then I'm going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on the Terminators from the Plague Caster. This is -1 to hit on them. That goes off on a 5. I need a 6. He can re-roll 1 psychic test per turn. That goes off on a 9. You can't stop that.
What? Oh. No.
And then I've got Putrescent Vitality. I'm going to cast that on Terminators again to make them toughness 6. And that goes off as well. Right, so, thinking about it, I probably should have left Morty out of combat, right? And the reason is because of one of his Warlord traits that he's got, hit rolls of a 6 would automatically wound the target, plus the fact that he's got the one that allows you to reroll all wounds on plague weapons, right? So if I'd retreated him to here, spend the CP to make the bolters plague weapons, and then I could have re-rolled all wounds against this guy.
But...
And the fact that 6s would have counted as all wounds.
But if you'd pulled them out, he couldn't have cast.
Couldn't have cast the spells, which, to be honest, wasn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think I absolutely should have pulled them out and not cast.
It was literally down to the roll of the dice because it could have, or was, you could have rolled 6 12s.
Yeah.
12 sick make you couldn't have, but you know.
Well, unless you're you. But yeah, that would have made the most sense is to get the Terminators within range of them, because they are within 12 of the bike, and I could have basically re-rolled all of my wounds, 6s doing extra hits and things like that as well. Sorry, 6s to hit auto wounding. I've still got a plan though. Now there is 2 stratagems. One is Sickly Corrosion, which would allow any rerolls of a 1 against the target, which I'm obviously picking him.
Obviously.
But Plague Weapons allow you to reroll 1s anyway, and turning Bolt Weapons into Plague Weapons is 1 CP. They then naturally let me reroll 1s. So it costs me 1 CP less to turn their bolters into Plague Weapons instead, because they're the only target that's going to be going after him, other than the Plague Burst Crawler, which I am using Disgusting Force for. So I think I missed the second part of the rule for this last time, but I'm not going to forget it this time. So first of all, D6 shots with the mortar. 4.
Not bad.
3s to hit. 4s to wound, because I'm you still only your toughness 8 because I've got no enemies within contagion range. So 2 wounds. You're on your 5 up invulnerable save. It is 3 damage each.
Ooh, ouch. So he was asking if I was going to CP one of them, but I know he's got loads more shots coming back.
Yeah. So I've got the entropy cannons from the Plague Burst Crawler as well. 3s, 1 hit, 4s. It is a plague weapon, and I'm not going to use that dice. That is a wound. It's -4, and it's D3 plus 3 damage.
Come on, 5 or 6. No, so close.
Are you CPing this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's D3 plus 3.
Of
6.
course. Oh.
Does he go boom though?
Yeah. Watch this as well. I'll get the 5 or 6.
No. But after the model has shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more attacks with the Plague Burst Mortar this turn. Roll 1d6 for each other unit within 3 inches and select the selected unit on a 4+ suffers 1 mortal wound. So within 3, not him, so just the Scrapjack. No.
No, thankfully. Well, Murphy, you, yeah.
Bye.
Okay, up next, these guys.
Terminators, yes. So I'm using virulent rounds on them, which basically turns the bolters into plague weapons. I'm at +1 to hit because of the Tallyman's ability, and because of the relic that he's got, any 6s that I roll to hit count as 2 hits.
Okie doke.
Which is fantastic. So it's a shame they weren't auto-wounding with Morty, but
yeah, there's
a lot of overlapping combos in this book, and I do like it. You've just got to remember to play it.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting on 2s. Couple of 1s, that's okay. I'll take that. But the 6s count as 2 hits. There's 3 6s there altogether.
Yep.
These are plague weapons. The strength 4, your toughness 6.
Yep.
So I need 5s, re-rolling 1s. Now I could have used, I can't remember the name of the stratagem now, but it's basically what Veterans of the Long War was, which would give me +1 to wound, so the 4s could have wounded. But either way, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. No AP.
Oh, that's alright then. It's 4+. Take 4. How many? Just 1 each?
Just 1 each, but then I've got the Blight Launcher from that squad. 6s count as 2 hits, which is fantastic. This is strength 6.
Okay, foes.
And it's a plague weapon, so that's just the 1. I think it's -1. And it's
does
2 damage now, I believe, rather than D3.
Ouch!
Let me just double check. The Blight Launcher is a flat 2 damage, and it was -2 AP.
Oh, so he's got that's 6 wounds he's took. One thing I love about 40k, which you usually hate, damage doesn't spill.
Do you know what? See the flail that he's got? That used to be the exception to the rule. They've removed that.
So he shot Morty's pistol into the boys, obviously. The lantern. And it's a flat 3 damage, but he only killed 1.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I've only actually got a small number of other shots remaining. So these Plague Marines down here are going to shoot into the boys right in front of them. So we've got 4 bolt guns, re-rolling 1s because I do have the lot of contagion nearby. Boys are toughness 4. Oh. No. I was going to say there might be toughness 3, but they're more than 4 inches away there. Yeah. So that's a shame. I could have been wounding you on 3s. That's so useful. See? It would have been helpful.
Yeah, very helpful.
4 wounds, no rend. AP. 3 boys down. But I've still got the Blight Launcher. 2 hits. This is strength 6 though. So 1 fail. It's a plague weapon. So 1 wound, it's -2, 2 damage, so I'll kill 1 boy.
Almost forgot my 6-up shrub because of Makari. I rolled a 6 on the crap, so 1 goes instead of 2.
Charge phase.
It is indeed. Where are you going?
Now here's the problem, right? If I leave them there, I can keep them alive a little bit. I've also forgot to mention as well, the Plague Surgeon heals that wounded Terminator. If I get here, then I don't have these guys to buff them, right? And then Gaz will just destroy them.
Maybe it's not look you.
If I stay there, I'm drawing Gaz out, hopefully.
You need to play the objective.
I know, but I can't get to this one yet. Next turn I could. I think I've got a better chance next turn. If I charge them forward, then as much as I'll kill this, I'm leaving myself open to be destroyed. Whereas at least there, they've got the additional buffs. Anyway, these Plague Marines are going to charge. And they're in. So I'm, of course, going to charge a little bit further around here.
Should Overwatch.
You can't. You're already in combat with me.
Shh. He is, though, charging the Poxwalkers.
Are you wanting to Overwatch?
No.
Okay. 10, that's going to get them in.
Absolutely.
And
anything
then
else?
Lord of Contagion into your Shock Jump Dragstar. With a 7, he will also get in.
I had to be 9 inches away from you.
I moved towards you.
Yes. Okay, he should have said he was declaring the truck as well, but never. I'll let him off.
Yeah, there wasn't enough space to get them in just against the boys, and they were closer as well. So I am going to be using a stratagem called Mutant Strain. So any 6s I roll to hit causes a mortal wound in addition to my normal damage.
You spent 2 in the shooting, didn't you?
Yes. So, any 6s I roll against your orcs do mortal wounds in addition. Any 1s I roll basically kill one of my guys.
Okay. Not too many 1s.
4 versus 2 6s that I got against you.
Makari. No.
Yeah. But I do hit on 4s, so all these do hit. I'm strength 4. You're toughness 3 now. Sorry, I'm strength 3. You're toughness 3 because of the contagion, so I actually wound you on 4s now instead of 5s.
Very good.
They're not plague weapons, unfortunately. So 1, 2, 3, 6 saves, no rends. So you've got a 6-up, 6-up. So you save 1, and then you've got Makari save. So
no.
They kill 5. And then do I suffer any mortal wounds? I lose 4, but I killed 5 of your infantry. So technically I get 1 model back.
That's very complicated.
Basically, I lose 4 models. But for each infantry model that they kill, they regain a Poxwalker.
Nice.
I've then got a couple of attacks to go into the truck. So I'll do 1 mortal wound and 2 hits. And 1 wound with 2 wounds with no rend.
AP. Oh!
Oh, wait there. Yeah, so that's 2 wounds which you just saved, and then 1 mortal which you can't save.
Okay, yeah.
But I did roll a 1. Yeah, I lose it. I essentially net evened out of all of that. But I killed 5 boys and wound on a truck.
Yep. Up next.
These guys.
Yep.
So no shock assault, sad face. But I do have 2 attacks base now. to keep things simple, they all literally have one plague knife and a bolt gun.
Okay, ducks.
So they all get plague knife attacks. Basically, the champion gets +1. They're hitting your orcs on 3s, re-rolling everything because of Morty's ability. So
nice.
no bonuses, I don't think. No 6s to hit with the Warlord trait from the Wretched. Mean that I automatically wound.
Nice.
So those auto wound, right? But because they are plague knives, 2 seconds. This is the problem. There's a lot of overlapping rules in this, but once you know what they are, guys, it's really good. So the plague knife, where are we at? It's strength user -1. Now, these guys are strength 4. You're normally toughness 4, but you're actually toughness 3 because of the contagions.
I was +1 for me.
That was strength.
Oh, yes.
So these will actually wound you on 3s. Because I've got a plague weapon, I would reroll 1s anyway, but because of Arch Contaminator Warlord trait, I reroll all wounds with melee plague weapons. So I'll get to reroll both of them.
Very nice.
So all of them at -1. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So how many is actually left?
Ouch.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I wound your knob. I wound your knob.
That is...
Do you know what? Plague Marines were really, really good before. They're still good. And the fact that, although they're only strength 4, the fact that you make toughness 4 models only toughness 3 now.
Absolutely.
It's brilliant. It's so good. That is all of my charging. No, it's not. I forgot. I've got the Lord of Contagion in the corner.
You
Lucy.
do. So over on the far corner.
He's there.
Yeah.
So I've got 5 attacks. Right, and I've got my Man Reaper, but I've actually got the Reaper of Glorious Entropy, so I don't suffer the penalty to hit, actually, with this. So I hit you on 2s. I don't get reroll 1s because I'm not core, and I'm strength 8 with this. Your toughness 6 drops to 5. I still wound you on 3s.
Yep.
But it's a plague weapon. And that is -3, 3 damage each.
Well, that's him gone.
Straight through.
Yeah, because it's a 4+ save.
Ouch.
Yes, 8 wounds.
Ouch.
Does he explode? Yes.
Does he explode on a 4?
I think.
I thought it was 6s.
Oh, it is. I was looking at something else. Right, so this is really, I don't know why we're doing this. So me, Knob with the Power Claw.
Hey, you get through. You get to make an extra attack.
No.
Fair enough. You still got 3 hits. 3's to wound.
2,
4 invulnerable. And then it's D3 damage. 1.
Of course.
Hey, you did a wound. There is 3 in total to him.
Yeah, and... Oh, I get to go back over here now.
Yep, so we'll pile the orcs in and see how many attacks they get.
The boys have piled in. How many did we...
10.
10, sorry, yes.
And
10.
then the knob, but we'll do him separately. So she's hitting on 3s.
Looking for 6s.
Rerolling 1s because of Ghazghkull.
Yeah. Wow.
Shame you didn't have your knob with War Banner over there.
I know.
So the 6s, of course, generate extra attacks.
Still quite a bit few.
There's a 1 there for you to reroll and a 1 there as well. Nice. So only a few 2s. That's not bad.
Oh, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 back.
8.
9, 10.
6, 8, 10 more attacks. Now these, you get to roll these. These don't generate more, but you get to reroll the 1s. So 1 more miss.
Yep.
Wow. Poxwalkers are toughness 4 naturally now. You're only strength 4, so you are wounding me on 4s. But do you want to know the good thing?
You've got no save.
No, I only have my 6-up shrug.
Right then. What do you need? What do I hit on 4s?
Wound me on 4s. That's not bad. That's not a bad roll. You could actually do some serious damage here.
That's the plan and the hope.
Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There is definitely not 16 Poxwalkers there.
Yay, I killed something. Woohoo! That was exciting. That is the end of turn.
It is.
I will auto pass morale over here.
Because your leadership's 18. Because you lost 5. I killed this guy for 3 for Bring It Down. And I killed 1 vehicle over there for 2 for Bring It Down. So I score 5 points for Bring It Down so far. This is very close. And then I've still got the truck and Gaz to deal with. So at least I'm starting to plink away at the secondaries.
You are indeed.
Lucy's got a big problem on this flank now. So at the start of Lucy's second command phase, she controls this one.
Also, you had me 1 boy that was left there.
Yeah, the knob died to Morty.
Yeah, there was no point in filming it.
And the boys over there control that objective, so Lucy gets 2 for vital ground, so that puts her on a total of 5 secondary victory points, and 10 primary because she controls 2 objectives. No command phase, straight into movement and psychic.
So movement is done. I've done a few things and he was looking, I was like, what are you doing? But I have plans. Which did include the jump on him to get him into a table quadrant. I'm not in for the points, but it is infantry only.
Yeah, so do you not actually want to move this normally then?
Oh, I can do that, can I?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. He's only got 3 rounds left. He's going out a hero, hoping to take some filth with him. So,
well, I don't have my asthma on him, so is she going for him or the Marines?
So what happened? The weed boy jumped forward, as did him, try to give the +1 to them guys. Them guys did run through the building. Gaz pulled around. The shooter boys all jumped out and they're going to hopefully just stay on that objective. And the truck is aiming at the... what are them?
Marines.
The Marines. And that's about it. Yep, pretty much. So shooting.
Psychic.
Psychic, that's the one. Warphead.
Warpath.
Warpath. On the boys. Can't spell
you
or
get
speak.
on a 9 and there's at least 20 orcs just within range if you count Gazgul and him.
Can he stop it?
Yes, you can, but you get +2, so that's an 11. I need a 12. That's not a 12.
No. And
you can do jump, or you could smite.
Can I smite characters?
No, it's the closest unit.
Yeah, I'll try it on
the Terminators. 4 + 2 becomes a 6, so it does go off. Morty will try and stop it. He fails to stop it, so D3 mortal wounds on them. For 3, you kill a whole Terminator. In fact, I'm not going to take that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that one just to make you charge it a little bit longer.
I knew that. Right, let's move on to shooting. Right, I'm going to start off with Gazgul into the Terminators.
Yeah. 12
attacks with his roar, hitting on 5s.
Wow, 5 6s.
That's awesome. Fail.
One more hit.
Yeah, I'm thinking that one is. 5s again because you are toughness 6, so 2 at -1, please.
3+. Fine.
No. Up next, the Megatrack Scrapjet is going to go into them again.
Okay.
Twin Big Shooters will go into what they're charging into.
Yeah.
As will the wing missile. Hang on, how many wounds have they got?
2 each.
And then?
3 each.
Wing missile into these, sorry.
I've reduced damage by 1, remember. So the wing missile being 3 damage would kill a Marine.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It wouldn't kill one of them.
End up going to them then. So first, the rocket cannon, 2d3.
And is this all at them then?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
5s. Ooh.
Wow, 3 extra dackers.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
It is strength 8.
Toughness 5. 4.
Yep, it's -2.
5s. You kill 2, even though I reduced the damage by 1, it reduces it to 2 damage and kills them.
Okay, the 6 twin big shooters.
Do you want to do the wing missile first, because that's 3 damage, isn't it?
Go on then.
Just because if you do 1 wound, then obviously you would lose it.
Yeah, I'm only hitting on 6s because I'm not targeting a vehicle. Yeah. And I've got twin big shooters. Have I got 2?
Got 2, and they're fired by the grot, so you hit on 4s.
Here we go.
Wow, only 2 misses.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 dackers.
I was looking for an extra miss there.
So 1 miss. Nice. Strength 5?
Yes.
T5, so 4s. Wow.
Yeah.
Big shooters are going to do more work here.
Nah, you'll pass them.
Kill another Marine.
Not bad. Didn't expect that, to be fair. Thought I would just like tickle them. Right, we will go next with my truck.
So the truck's got a big shooter, and then all the boys have got shooters. Let's see what Lucy does to the Marines over there.
Right, well, they did nothing. The boys in the truck failed miserably. The cannon failed. So, last but not least, he will fire at your tank. D6 shots. Ooh.
6. Nice. And these hit on 4 because of the grots.
2 dackers.
2 dackers though, come on. 3 hits.
It is strength 8.
Yep, toughness 8. 1 wound.
It's -3 though.
5 up in run.
Ooh. D6. Oh, can I CP?
You can CP it. That becomes 2.
Yeah. You got your shrug though, haven't you?
Nope, because the Death Guard just reduced damage by 1 now.
Oh, I thought you were going to shrug it all up.
Nope.
Right
nope,
then.
so he's took 2 wounds.
Yep. On to charges. The truck.
Into the Plague Marines.
Yep.
6, that's going to get him in.
This unit of boys into the Terminators.
Yep. With a 9, even with the -2,
yeah.
would get them in.
Glasgow.
With an 8, that'll still get him in.
Go on. Go out in glory.
3, that should just be enough.
He has got...
Here we go.
Yeah, so just in case.
Oh, there we go.
I think that's Macari. Does he...
He is a separate unit.
Right, so I forgot, mentioned before we started filming, totally forgot. I spent the command points on the truck. Oh, what's it called?
Ramming speed.
Sorry, yes, and I did a mortal wound.
You did 2 mortal wounds when you charged. It gave her a 3d6 charge, but she only rolled 2 dice, but she still made the charge. Kills a Marine. This guy has the spiked ram ability.
Yep, 4+.
That's a 5.
Wahey.
D3 mortal wounds.
Ooh.
Just the 1.
I'll take it.
Just the 1.
Right.
And then,
so
because 2 Marines aren't going to do much there, and 4 Marines aren't going to do much to a truck, Gaz can't take more than 4 wounds, so he can't die. So Lucy's going first with the boys.
Yes, I am. This is only 10, so they get 5 each. 2 base, 1 for warpath, head, warpath, whichever one. 1 extra for Gazgul, 1 each for the 1 extra for the choppers.
Yeah.
Reroll 1s because of Gazgul and +1 to hit because of him.
Yes.
So,
and 6s generate more attacks.
This is 10 boys. 2s. Rerolling ones.
Yeah, we'll come back in a few minutes.
Back with the saves. Not as many as I was hoping.
Because you were wounding on 5s.
Yeah, with the first volley, I actually ended up with more than I had to hit because of 11 sixes. Uh-huh. Have I tickled you at all?
I passed every save.
Yeah. Okay. Ha. He did 3 damage. I did 3 damage with the power claw. No, what was it?
It's a big chopper.
With the leader.
So each one is 2 damage.
But you reduce the blah blah blah.
To 1.
I killed something.
No, you don't, because I've got a 6 up because my plague surgeon's there.
I'll kill you if you roll a 6. Ha!
Kill one more.
I did a thing. Sorry, I'm just going for the.
In fact, I'm going to leave him. Oh, I'm going to have to kill the blight launcher. What
about the one next one?
No, because I need 3 of them into gas. Unsurprisingly, I'm not interrupting now because, but saying that...
Believe it, I'm not going to do anything.
With Gazgul, you will, that's the problem. I'm going to have to.
Okay, who with?
The Terminators.
Chicken.
So I'm interrupting with the Terminators, cost me 2 CP, and then I'm spending 3 CP.
Which leaves him with 1.
So I'm going to use Eternal Hatred, which gives them +1 to wound, right? Mm-hmm. I'm also going to use Creeping Blight, and it means any wound rolls of a 6 that I do, the AP value becomes -4. I don't necessarily need it against the Orcs because I'm cutting through their armour anyway, but Gaz has a 2+.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get the full 4 wounds in on him now.
Okay.
So that's why I'm going for that. Biologus Putrefier is putting his ability on these guys as well, which means any 6s that I roll to wound cause a mortal wound in addition.
Okay.
And the Tallyman's rule is still on them from before, which is +1 to hit. And his relic, because this guy with the flail is within 6, means any 6s that I roll to hit count as 2 hits.
Say that all again fast?
No. No. This is what I'm saying about the overlaps, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Now, on top of that, had Morty been a little bit closer to Gaz by ½ an inch, I would have been able to re-roll some more wounds and stuff as well. Sorry, the Terminators would have had to been within range because of... I don't remember the one that lets you re-roll all plague weapon rolls. So, I've got 3 Terminators swinging at Gaz. So I'm hitting you on 2s, Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not re-rolling the 1s because I'm not within range of Morty, but the 6 counts as an additional hit, and it... No, I'm fishing for wound rolls, but the 6 counts as an additional hit.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Next up, I'm then rolling to wound. So, Gazgul's normal toughness is 7. He becomes toughness 6. The Blightlord Terminators, with their axe, are strength 6. But if you remember, I cast Putrescent Vitality on them, which makes them strength 7.
Okay.
So I'm actually wounding you on 3s. 2s because of Eternal Hatred. So, 6s to wound cause mortal wounds in addition. It's a plague weapon, so I can re-roll it. So that's 3 mortal wounds on Gaz, plus 6 wounds at -1.
Right, I'll do the 3.
3 at -4.
I'll do the 3 mortal wounds first. On the shield given by Makari.
Yeah. So you ignore 2 of them.
Okay, so I've taken 1.
Yeah.
Now
you've got 3 saves at -4. So 4 in 1.
So I take another 1.
Followed by your 6 up from Makari.
Yes, sorry, yes.
So that's 2 wounds, and then you've got 6 saves at -1.
Oh!
Oh!
That did not... Yeah, so...
It would have been another 4, but you take your maximum of 4.
That was horrendous, Lucy. What are you playing at?
It was, but the same unit is still fighting because I'm fighting into your boys now.
Yep.
So the champion, he has 4 attacks base. So the 6s cause 2 extra hits. but they automatically wound. Reroll because of plague weapon, and now again I'm wounding you on 2s here, so that is... Wait there, they automatically wound, so I need to roll them to wound, and it's a plague weapon. This is hard.
Yeah.
Right, so they cause 2 mortal wounds.
Right, so Makari's shield. 1 dies.
Yeah, now they would also be at -4, which I don't care about because these are -1 and you've only got a 6-up save anyway. So 1's dead, but now you've got 6 armor saves to make.
Makari's shield. So I save another 2, so...
4 more, that's 5 in total.
Was it worth it?
I've still got the flail. 6 attacks in total with the flail. Now I could have spent more CP on Haze of Corruption to have the flail's damage spill over.
You're just showing off now.
So 2s. 6s count as 2 hits, but that one automatically wounds. So then I roll these to wound. It's a plague weapon. That's 1 mortal wound. That one auto-wounded. So that is 6 saves at -2, 2 damage each.
I'll do the mortal wound first.
And then that one is a single mortal wound in addition.
I'll do this.
No.
Oh, it's all on me invuln, isn't it?
You don't have an invuln. So that's a single mortal wound.
Save.
Single mortal wound. First
then...
of all. But each one is 2 damage, so you'd have to roll a double 6.
Right. So
single mortal wound, no.
Goes through.
And then each one of these is you need a double 6 for. Right, so double 6s to ignore each wound here. That's a... Wow, she does! So that's 1 of 7. That's 2, so that's 1 more dead. That's another 1 dead. Nearly, that's another 1 dead though. That's another 1 dead. That's another 1 dead. 1 more.
Come on.
So that's 6 on top of what the champion killed.
Doing 2 6s on. That's a win for me. Right, I need some revenge. Gazgul is going in. He gets 7 attacks because of buffs and whatnot and warlord traits. 2s.
No 6s.
No.
But I just realised his claw is 4 damage, which means I reduce it to 3.
Which still kills you.
Which still kills me.
Strength times 2, so 14.
And toughness 6, so 2s.
Can't re-roll the wound.
You could spend a CP if you want.
How many have you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But I've got a 4 invulnerable save.
Yeah.
There we go.
Knocks me to 4. It is -4.
4 invulnerable. That is 5 fails. How many have I got? I've got 5. I will use my last CP. I pass 1 more. But if you do me the honours of holding that, please. So because you do 3 damage, because I've reduced it by 1, my Plague Surgeon will hopefully keep them alive. So he's alive on 1 wound, which means the next wound kills him. So I've lost 1 Terminator. The next one is dead, and the next one is alive on 1 wound. So you kill 2 and will leave 1 on 1 wound. But you've still got Makari to fight.
I really didn't understand any of that. It's ridiculous how these play now. Sorry, but it is.
It's basically so, because damage doesn't spill over, the fact that you did 3 wounds to a 1 wound model is irrelevant. So up there the truck did 1 wound, and the Megatrax Scrapjet down here did a single wound as well.
We know it killed 1 guy.
Yeah, that was on 1 wound.
Yeah. Well, up next, Makari. Forgot to move him earlier. He's got 2 attacks, but wounding if a 6 is D3 more wounds instead.
Lucy is a Goth infantry, therefore he actually gets an extra 1 from Gazgul.
There we go, +1 because of him.
+1 to hit.
Yes, that's what I meant.
So 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Gazgul. No! So the 2 misses, but you want 6s to wound Lucy.
I know. Oh look! Oh, what
Come on. To do? She's gonna get 1. Told ya.
Oh, so I can't remember what that was. I'll pretend I failed it.
It was a fail.
Right, D3 for 2.
And is that in addition or?
No, instead of. It is no AP. Oh, sorry, strength is
3. So you're wounding me on 6s anyway, so only the 1 wound.
Yeah.
So how many wounds did you roll? 2.
2.
So 6 up ignore. So I do ignore 1, but you kill the 1 wound Terminator. Wow. Look at how many of them... You've just killed 5 Terminators, Lucy.
I was hoping for more, I do admit.
They're probably going to run.
Your Terminator's good.
Not good.
Right then.
That's it though.
You can fight back now.
Yeah, so this guy's going to fight back here. I get 3 hits. Strength 4, your toughness 6 of 5s. It's a plague weapon. 1 wound at -1. So 2 wounds left on that.
Not within 6 of Makari.
Nope. And then up there, I've got a ton of Marines to fight. There we go. So the champion and 3 others. They miss. I'm strength 4. Your truck will be toughness 5 because it's reduced. It's a plague weapon. That is 3 at -1. And that is 2 failed saves, so 2 damage.
Okie dokes. On to morale.
Yep. So down here, this guy's leadership 8. He's fine. Their leadership 9 because my champion is there. However, I did lose 5. 4.
Ooh.
So that would actually mean I was up. How many is it? Yeah. Yeah, there's 5 there. That's right. Yeah. So just pass. Just.
Over here.
No, I'm fine. Some leadership 8.
I will fail miserably here, so I am going to enact the Great War. I take D3 mortal wounds, but basically Gazgul says, shut up, you're not running.
That boss is watching.
Oh.
The Great War's the extra attacks.
It's right there.
She was looking in the right place. So you take 2 mortal wounds.
So 2 6s.
For Makari. No, so you just lose 2 boys.
Yeah, I will try and stop.
You could lose a boy and wound the orc.
The knob.
The knob. 2 boys, it's a lot of attacks. It's up to you. The thing is that the knob is strength 7. He's wounding me on 3s.
Yeah, I'll take the 2 knobs.
2 boys.
Yeah.
So we'll kill the Raphaels and just leave the Donatellos there.
Oh, you do love me. Okay.
At the end of your turn, Lucy, you are in 3 table quarters.
That was my plan all along.
So you score 2 points for engage on all fronts.
Still no assassinate.
Well, there's 4 there.
Yeah, I'm chomping my way through to them.
I think depending on what happens next turn, Gaz is probably going to make mincemeat of at least 2 of them.
Fingers crossed. Here we are, Death Guard turn 3.
Yeah. Morty's just going to put the reroll hits on himself because there's nobody else within range.
Yep.
The Tallyman will put his +1 to hit on these guys. And that is pretty much it. Apart from, if I roll a 7, I can get an extra command point. I don't get an extra command point.
Could have done with, because you've only got 1 which you gained just at this turn.
Yeah. Into movement.
Yep. Dum dum dum. Movement is done.
Yep, not
so close. He totally forgot about him. But he went there to move, shuffle stuff around, and he spotted him out the corner of his eye.
I did. So listen, I haven't got a lot to do. It might not look like it, but I am running out of models.
But Morty jumped.
Yeah.
He couldn't get as far forward as he wanted.
I wanted to be here to try and charge the weird boy, but I can't get there, so he's come as far to this side as he can.
The Marine
fell back.
Character shuffled over.
Maybe I should have retreated them and let the Plaguebear's Crawler shoot Gaz.
Are you feeling brave?
I'm feeling brave. I think I can hurt Gaz in the psychic phase. Hopefully get a couple of extra in the combat phase with the Terminators if I can survive. And the reason I'm going to hopefully survive is by casting Putrescent Vitality on them to make them toughness 6. I do get it on a 9.
I'm going to regret this, but you're hard enough to kill. Did you have it on last turn?
I did, yeah. It made me toughness 6.
Can I count that?
No. It also gives me +1 strength, which is how I was wounding Ghazghkull on 3s. You fail.
Drat.
He will then cast Smite, which fails, but I can reroll once per turn for his stratagem. That is an 8. That is D3 mortal wounds on Gaz. 3.
I should have stopped this, but I know he's got something nasty, hasn't he?
Oh no, he's not cast. He's got the one that does roll a dice for each model in the unit, and on a 6 it does mortal wounds.
Oh, so he can only do 1.
So I couldn't do it on that squad, but that's 5 models. So you take 2 wounds. That's okay. I'll take that.
Yeah.
As a result of that, Morty is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on these guys to make them -1 to hit. He gets it on a 9.
Come on.
Fails.
No.
So they're -1 to hit. Now, do I smite? How far away from that weird boy am I? I'm just within 12, so I can shoot that weird boy, right?
But you're not going to kill him, so you could kill him. The truck. The scrapjack.
Yeah.
What am I saying? No, go for the weird boy. Come on, come on.
You know what? I'm going to cast Gift of Contagion on Ghazghkull. Gift of Contagion has a warp charge value of 5. Subtract 1 from his strength, and if I roll an 8 or more, subtract 1 from his attack as well.
Okay. Oh, look at that double 1. Oh, I failed.
No, I
rolled
a 10. So Ghazghkull is -1 strength and -1 attack.
Dear.
Just as well, because he's got an extra attack, because I've hurt him more.
Yeah, that is true.
So, straight in the shooting phase, I'm going to go with Morty with the lantern, straight into this. 2s. Reroll them because I've put my own ability on myself. It is strength 8. You are toughness 5 because you're -1 because of my contagions. It's a plague weapon. That is 1 wound at... Oh, wait there. It's not a plague weapon.
Oh, so I should have some boys back from...
No, the Reaper is a plague weapon, but not the lantern. But you know what? I'm going to re-roll that.
With your 1 CP?
Yeah.
To get rid of a wound on a truck.
Oh my god.
I did warn him, folks.
It was 3 damage and it was -3 AP, so you'd have had no save.
And what's next?
Plague Burst Crawler, straight into it. Because this guy has nobody around him, he is there, see? I can see him. I am going to shoot at him.
Thought you had to shoot at the closest model.
No. The characters don't have to be the closest, as long as they're the closest without having another unit within 3. So the mortar, 4 shots, I'll take it. 3s. Strength 8, toughness 4, so 2s. Reroll 1s because it's a plague weapon.
Are you sure?
That is 100% a plague weapon.
What's the AP?
-2. I don't think your weird boy has better than a 5-up save.
Yeah, he's dead. He's very dead. He has 6 up save, so he has gone.
And it was 2 damage each. I did declare that entropy cannons were going into him. Maybe I should have gone for the mech gun. The reason I didn't is because if I kill that, that's 2 points. By getting Lucy off this, I deny her 5. That's the idea.
Right.
That's the idea. So that is it for shooting. I have 2 charges in total. First charge will be Morty into the scrapjet.
I still want to overdraft.
Overwatch.
I can't do any maths. I can't speak.
You can if you want, but
I'm joking.
He's probably not going to hurt.
No, I know. I was joking.
And then the Lord of Contagion into the truck.
Okay.
And he gets 7, so he's in.
Okie dokes. So, who are we going with first?
Morty or the Lord of Contagion. This can do more damage than what the truck can, so I'm going to go with Morty.
Okay.
I'm going to use my cleave, eviscerating blow. So I'm hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Okay. This is strength times 2, so this is strength 16. You are toughness 5.
So you're hitting on 6s only, yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
This is a plague weapon as well. Either way, that is 6 wounds. It is -4, and it's D3 plus 3. And she explodes D3 mortal wounds to all units within. Let's have a look. 3 inches.
Morty. 3.
He can shrug them. He shrugs 2, so he takes 1 more.
And
that Marine is...
Oh, can I CP that? How many wounds has it got?
No, you can't because it's an ability. He's got 2 wounds.
Well, that's fine. The Contagion up next.
5 attacks with the Reaper of Glorious Entropy. 2s. And strength times 2 becomes strength 8. You are toughness 5. Yeah. 3s. It's a plague weapon. It is -3, 3 damage. However, for each one of those, you've got Ramshackle. So on a 6, you reduce each of those down to 1 damage. So that's 1 damage. And then the next one. So that's 3, so that'll be 4 damage in total. And then that's another 3, so that's 7 damage in total. You had 2 wounds already allocated. That's 9 wounds. You've got 1 left, I believe. Ooh. And that was saved because of Ramshackle.
Yep.
All of my spells worked.
1 wound left. It's my turn next. I don't know if we mentioned it, but Ghazghkull consolidated.
Yeah, into the Terminators, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going next. So he should have 6 wounds, attacks, because of his silly little spells from someone who hates Psykers. Yeah.
So she got 1 less attack and 1 less strength. So she's only strength. Oh, you get 2 extra things because of Goths. Oof, this isn't good. So she's only strength 5 now, which makes 10. 2. However, I'm toughness 6 on the Terminators because of the other speller I got off. So 3s. Not that that made much difference, Lucy.
-4. -4.
4th invulnerable. 4. I fail 3. Right.
So that.
It doesn't kill them. It doesn't kill them. So each one is 3 damage because I reduce it by 1, which is still enough to kill each guy. So the first one.
Need 3 6s.
1 dead. The second one, I need 1 6. He's dead.
Yay!
Which means that Ghazghkull saved the boys. He saved the boys.
Do you know what he saved them for?
Yeah, the characters.
Unstoppable Green Tide.
Oh,
dum, dum,
shit.
Dum. You thought, because you got rid of me bigger unit, what I usually do it on, you were safe.
Oh, no.
And typically, yeah, I lost my truck. He had a 1 wound, bless him. So, yes, I've consolidated with Ghazghkull. Do you score any points?
I killed your truck, so I scored 2 for Bring It Down.
Okay. Let's go into Orc's turn 3. So, because I've got no command phase, we sweep forward with movement. A little bit happened, so Unstoppable Green Tide, of course, I put them back there. Forgot to mark that off me command points, sorry. So I've got 2 left.
She also scores 5 primary victory points for controlling the side objective here, and of course that one counts towards vital ground, so she gets another 2 secondary there as well. And if things go well at the end of this turn, she's actually going to get engaged on all fronts again, because he's in this table quarter.
I ran him back.
He's in this table quarter. The mech gun's in that table quarter. Your boys are in that table quarter, and they're in this table quarter.
I have a plan. That was my plan. Yep, so these boys shuffle forward a few, well, they're 5 inches. Ghazghkull shuffled forward as well. And like I said earlier, he ran back to just hover here and not just stand in the middle doing nothing. Yeah. Makari ran forward a little bit.
Do you know what? I wish you'd turned Ghazghkull around and gone for Morty, but I get going for 4 characters. It's a lot of points. I get it.
So let's go into shooting. first for shooting is Gazgul, and he's going to go into your silly little caster.
The Playcaster with 12 shots. You didn't run,
No.
so you're hitting on 5s. Oh, 3 dackers.
4. Can I move all ones in
No,
shooting?
no.
4.
An extra 2 hits though. You are strength 5, I am toughness 5.
Ooh, only 3.
3 minus 1.
It is, yes.
So 4 plus.
Ah,
1
takes a
wound. He's
Does he
only
not go a shrug?
no. He's only got 4 wounds, so he's down to 3.
I had hoped to do more out of 12 attacks.
But she's got those guys over there as well to shoot.
First though, mech gun into. Can I aim at that hero?
Yes, because the plague marines aren't within range. Oh man.
6
Grots
shots.
power up the mech gun and
I'm gonna command point that.
okay. 3's better. You could still do it.
4s. 1 dacker.
3 hits.
Strength 8.
Toughness 6, so 3s.
It's minus 3.
Oh, what invuln? He's got a 4 invuln. He fails 1.
How many wounds he got?
6. So I'm alive.
Not really. I can do d6 damage.
Yeah, if you roll 6, I reduce it by 1.
Ah. 6!
But
It can still happen.
you've got
I
them.
Can still yes,
I can't.
exactly.
And do you know what? That's because I paid for the warlord trait to give him 1 extra wound. No, sorry, for 1 extra toughness. He has 6 wounds as standard.
Okay.
So that, wow.
Oh,
It's an Owen Wilson. Wow.
I'm going for it.
Not how you originally planned, but with being that close.
Yeah. So 9 of the 10, the normal guys from the shooter unit is going to go into
The Lord of Contagion, and the rocket is going into Plague Surgeon.
yeah.
Daka, 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 daka.
Just 2.
Well, a couple of 5s as well, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Another 2 hits. Nice. Needing 5s to wound.
Please, please, please. Ooh.
2.
Oh, please, please.
I've got no CP. If I roll a 1, I'm dead.
Oh.
And then the rocket into the Plague Surgeon. 1 shot. No. Hey, they could charge him and kill him.
Yeah.
But then she's got a couple of sluggers from over
I
here
do.
to try and...
Oh no, he ran, so...
he also can't see, unfortunately. But let's see how many of those guys can see. 5 wounds.
This is 18 boys with their pistols.
3.
No shrug.
No. Disgusting Resilience has reduced the damage by 1.
I killed a character.
And you're about to kill 3 more.
Charge.
Gazgul charging both of those 2, I'm guessing.
Oh yes.
He's in.
Makari.
He's in.
Shooter boys.
At the Lord of Contagion.
Yeah.
With a 6, that is enough to get them in. Do you want to try a 9-inch long bomb into him?
Yeah.
That's an 8. You've got Here We Go.
Is it both or just
It's
one?
both dice.
Does it have to be both?
I don't know. Let's go and check the FAQ.
Yep. It has not been changed in the FAQ, and it's 1 or both. So I'll keep the 5.
She fails. So I'll move the boys in. I can't interrupt, so it makes no difference which order she goes. Do you want to go with Gazgul?
Of course. Let's go. I am splitting attacks. 4 are going to go to the one on Gazgul's left.
Yep.
3 and Makari onto the one on the right. I know he's not part of
So
this.
that's 6 base, -1 for Gift of Contagion, +1 for Gazgul's own rules for being a Goth and charging, +1 for his Warlord trait and charging.
Yeah. So these are the 4 on to his right.
This is onto the Biologus Putrefier. All hit. So you're strength 5, you become 10. I'm toughness 5, so still 2s. GG.
-5.
Yeah, GG.
No save?
No. Well, I've got 3 up armor, but you're -5 because you charged.
Right.
However, this guy, when this model is destroyed, roll 1d6 before moving from plane. On a 4+, it explodes, and each unit, excluding Nurgle, within 6 suffers 1 mortal wound.
Of course.
You can ignore it on Ghazghkull on a 6, and you can ignore it on Makari on a 6. Still, the fact that Ghazghkull's just he's shrugged so much off already, hasn't he?
Yep. There's Makari's lost wound. So now the other one's against the surgeon.
Reroll 1.
Reroll 1.
And 1 Daka.
Daka.
Nice. Still 2s despite being -1 strength. Oh, look at that.
Okay.
16 wounds.
So that is so many points for assassinate.
And then she's still got them to go.
I do.
Can she do it? Can the boys take out
Here we go.
the Lord of Contagion?
3s.
6s exploding. No reroll 1s.
1 6 though. Which?
Misses.
Yeah. I think that's everything.
Yeah, needing 5s to wound me.
How we have 1 sudden wound.
1, 2, 3.
No word. Oh, he's gonna survive. Ha!
A double 1? Does he explode? I hope he does. Lord of Contagion. Nope.
Just how many points is that I've just earned in?
I can't remember how many it was per character, but you just killed 3 characters. 4. Because you got all 3 of these on the front and him.
Yeah. And I thought I was
There you go.
gonna...
You can have the camera. I won't lie. After my Terminator survived that first round of combat with Ghazghkull and stuff, I genuinely expected to be on the better end of things. It's now not looking so good.
So is that the end of my turn?
That's the end of your turn. So assassinate. I need to look at how many carry points you get per assassinate. You get 3 victory points at the end of the battle for each enemy character that you killed.
Yes, that's very tasty.
You can only get a maximum of 15, even though I've got 2 characters left.
But I have scored engaging all fronts.
For all 4 table quarters again. So whilst you didn't get many primary points that turn,
yeah,
you capitalised on your secondary and got 15 secondary points there.
Death Guard turn 4.
So not a lot to do. Command phase, he put his ability on himself. I secured this objective and that objective for 10 primary points.
Oh.
But Lucy only controlled 1, and because I control more than her, I scored the full 15. I score an additional 2 for Vital Ground because I controlled this one. Now, I've got to go and try and get this objective now. So the problem is I can't shoot him, and I can't cast spells on him.
What? Oh,
because I don't want to kill him.
Yes.
Because I don't want to kill him. Am I within 18 though? Yes, I am. The only other thing that moved was the Marines over there moved around. So I will cast Gift of Contagion on Gaz again. It goes off on an 8. I needed a 9, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
To get the -1, what's it called? Attack and strength. No, it's an 8. So I did get an 8. So you -1 attack and strength again.
Wonderful.
Yay. And he's got Miasma Pestilence. I'll put that on himself.
Yep.
I get it, so he's -1 to hit.
So I can't stop anything.
Nope. Shooting phase, he's doing nothing.
Can he not reach Gaz?
No, he's only range 12.
Okay.
What I will do, though, is I'm going to use the bombardment one from... Actually, no, I'm not. Can't kill Gaz because he's got 6 wounds remaining. I can't kill him this shooting phase. Therefore, I'm going to shoot this and try and get myself 2 victory points.
Okay.
So the mortar, I get 3 shots, 3s, 2 hits, strength 8, toughness 6, I believe, of your gun. That is 1 wound at -2, and it's 2 damage.
Yep, he's +1 in cover, so he's, yeah, 6 up.
That's a fail, 2 damage.
Yep.
You've only got 6 wounds. 2 entropy cannons.
Oh, is everything going into him?
Apart from the slugger, which will go into him.
Okay.
Into Gaz. In fact, no, it'll go into the boys.
Yeah, makes more sense.
So that is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. It's -4.
So straight through the
And
damage.
it's D3 + 3.
So is he just going to go kaboom?
Yes.
Not that it matters.
And then the slugger into the boys. 4 shots. All hit.
Nice.
Strength 5. I don't think the slugger's a plague weapon, but that is at -1, which means it kills 3 boys. 3 bolt guns, rapid firing, and a blight launcher into the orc boys.
Okay. The shooters or the...
The shooters. That is only 1 wound, no AP. Oh wait, nope, you're -1 toughness. I forget about that, so it's 2.
Oh.
Save 1, so 1 more dies. And then a blight launcher. 1 hit. 2's to wound because you're at toughness 3 now because of the contagion.
What's the AP?
-2, and it's 2 damage.
Okay, there's another 3 from there.
Okie doke. So I didn't roll to see if I get a 7 this turn for my command point. I do. So I've actually got 2 now, which is fantastic. Those are going to charge into the boys. With a 7, they will make it in. And Morty is going to charge down here.
Double one.
That's not enough.
What?
It is. He's 4.5 inches away.
Ba-dum.
So, just in case Lucy tries to kill the Marines, I'm going to go with the Marines first.
Can you wipe the unit out?
Yep. So I'm hitting you on 3s. Now, because you're now toughness, what's it called? Toughness 3, because of me contagion, I'm strength 4, so I actually wound you on 3s. And because Plague Knives are a plague weapon, I reroll 1s, and they're at -1, so that is 6 saves. You have 5 boys, but 6 wounds in total there. So they are gone.
They are.
Now, Morty will go next, and do you know what he's going to do? He's going to bring the scythe down.
Roll all 1s.
Straight through, well, he's re-rolling anyway, so re-roll his own hits because of his own ability. And then he's wounding you on 2s.
Yeah.
Re-rolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. That is a lot of damage.
There we go.
And I will consolidate towards the closest enemy unit, which is Gaz. Puts me on the objective.
Oh.
So, at the end of my turn, I did score another 2 points for bringing them down.
Yep.
And Lucy has 23 boys, Gazgul and Makari left. I genuinely thought last turn you were going to table us.
But I can still take you on points.
Yeah, you got to play the point game. You can still get it.
Right then, let's see what I can do. Right, so we've had some movement. I rang Gaz and he went, oh, is he going for the truck? No, he's going for the objective, which is the game. The boys have moved forward their 5 and they've took the objective and they're going to charge that horrible thing in there.
The tallyman.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
But Lucy didn't score any primary points.
No, so I
And she didn't score anything for vital ground. So she needs to try and kill another character to get a point. But then also in her turn 5...
Yep. I'm going to shoot Gazgul into... Oh, no, I can't see your tank, can you not?
No.
So he'll shoot into the talisman, because I need to charge him.
Yep. Ooh, 1 hit. Oh, it doesn't even hit because you ran.
Oh, Lord. All the boys are going to shoot into it.
Yeah, so there's about 10 or so that can see.
The boys did better. They got 3 wounds through. So charges, Gazgul.
7, is that enough?
Let's have a look.
Nurgle's favourite number. No, it's not. Is it? Which one's 8? I think Nurgle's 8.
I have no idea. I think it's Corn 7. I'm sure you said that.
No,
before.
Corn's 8, Nurgle's 7.
Right, boys.
7 gets them into combat with him.
And was the objective just that little bit more? Gazgul, do your all buffs and whatnot count? Still for
yes, until my next psychic phase. So he's a -1 attack, -1 strength.
But he charged, he's a goth, so I get 7 attacks.
Yes. Reroll the 1s.
Thankfully.
And the 6 generates an extra attack. There we go. Still 2s.
-4, please.
So 3 damage each. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 damage. I think it's safe to say that he's probably dead.
Yeah. I would love to see you try and roll 20-odd 6s.
We're just going to do this off camera because by the time I pile them in and Lucy counts the dice and rolls them all, we'll just come back with the saves. That many saves.
This is half of me, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Hey.
That kills him. That gets you another 2 points for that.
2? I thought it was 3.
3 per character, yes. Sorry, my bad. So you get 3 more for Assassinate. You are only in 2 table quarters, so you don't score that. And you didn't get Vital Ground or any secondary, primary that turn.
No, but next turn.
Yep, so going into my turn, in my command phase, I control 1. Which is the same amount as you, so I only score 5 primary for that.
No, I control 2.
You do, so I score 5 for controlling 1.
Yeah.
However, it is yours, so for Vital Ground purposes, I get 3.
Woohoo.
And I've still got Bring It Down, which means I've got to kill Gaz. To get essentially the last victory points that I can get and stop her from getting as many. It's a problem.
So we went ahead and done movement. Did you have anything in your command phase you wanted to say?
Put reroll hits on himself.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's pulled forward. The truck is going to do some charging and these guys pulled round for this objective here.
Yep. I'm going to put Miasma on myself just in case. Just in case I don't kill you.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's it.
-1 to hit, and then he's going to cast Smite at Gazgul.
Yeah.
Gets it on a 7. 3 wounds. Makari's not there.
I charged.
You didn't charge him.
I forgot because I can't see him. I'm only short, so I can't see. Where is he?
There. And even then, you would have had to roll a big enough charge to make it.
Yep, yep.
So that's 3 wounds on Gaz, leaves him on 3. Right? So, if we move down to here, these Plague Marines are going to rapid fire into the boys up here.
Okay.
So the bolt guns, and I will spend a command point on the one that turns the bolters into plague weapons.
Yep.
So, as a result of that, he does have contagions. These are now toughness 3, so the bolters wound you on 3s.
Okey-dokes.
Reroll on 1 for the plague weapon. Still, that is 4 saves with no AP, Lucy.
3 die.
3 die. So, the next thing to go is going to be the Plague Burst Crawler, okay? Is the Mortar Blast? Yes, it is. Which means, against that unit of orcs, I just get 6 shots.
Woohoo!
I miss with 2. 2s, reroll on 1s. That is 4 more dead.
Okay.
And then 2 entropy cannons. Both hit. 2 more dead. And then the the heavy slugger. So 3s. This is strength 5, so this needs 3s to wound you. And that's also -1, so that's another 2.
Okay, did you keep track? Because I didn't.
I think I killed 5 the first turn, then 2, and then 2.
Okay.
So 9.
11 gone from that. Blight Launcher next.
Yeah, because it's from the Marines, and I forgot to fire because I jumped ahead to that, but Lucy's letting me go back. 2 hits, strength 6, so 2s, reroll on 1s because it's a plague weapon. So just 1 more dice, that's 12 of those boys.
But there is still more than your 1 tank, and I don't think tank has objective secure?
No, but I can try and kill more of them and then scare you off the objective.
Shh, we're not talking about that. Now,
Yep.
for what you've been waiting for.
Yep.
Can the winged...
This is going to be the decisive blow, right? It absolutely has to be. The lantern. Morty lowers it. He aims it at Gazgul's face. He sees the Hulking Beast charging towards him, and he misses, but he reloads, and he hits.
That's just not...
And it doesn't work on his auto wound thing because it's only on core. Either way, it is strength 8. You are toughness -1. You are toughness 6. 3s. Yes! It's -3. It's 3 damage. If you fail this save, Lucy, you have to CP it. He passes. He's got 4 invuln. Charge!
Yep.
Oh, he's in with that.
He certainly is.
And...
Oh, we forgot to say it. When I removed my boys, I took them from there, so he has to come all the way around here.
I do. And
Not
that's a
with that.
fail. So...
Can you do it?
Here's the problem, right? Do I go with the Reaping Scythe because it's -2 and 1 damage, but I get 3 attacks per attack? That's 21. I've got no. I'm not gonna pussy out. I'm gonna do it properly.
Okay.
Because let's face it, Mortarion comes face to face with Gazgul. He's not gonna hold back, is he?
No.
He's gonna swing that scythe, and in the words of Thanos, should have went for the head. Gazgul's already had his head removed once, stitched back onto a cyborg body, and now Mortarion's going to remove it for him again. Let's do this! All hit.
They do.
Your toughness 6, I am strength 16. It's a plague weapon. Pass all them 4 invulnerables or die.
Oh.
And it's worth noting as well,
I'll keep that.
Okay, you can actually CP one of these.
Yes, I can.
You failed 2. So even if you CP 1 and pass...
Oh no, look, the wind blew.
No, because he's only got 3 wounds left because of that 3 wound smite.
Yeah.
He removes Gazgul. So your boys lost 12.
They did.
There's 9 of them, so you're losing 3 plus D6.
Yeah. Not bad. Another 3.
So 6 altogether.
Yep.
Right, so... Which leaves 3. So now you've got to take your attrition test.
Can I not fight back?
Huh?
Can I not fight back?
You're not in combat.
I am?
No, he's dead.
Oh,
he killed him
right.
last turn, I just couldn't get him out because there was too many orcs.
I hate this nutrition thing. It's like...
Nutrition.
I've done the battle shock.
No. It's 1 for each model remaining. Oh, wait, no. I've done that wrong. Let's go back. Lucy failed the morale test. Therefore, 1 model runs, not 6.
Okay.
I'm still in Sigmar mode here. So you fail the battle shock, 1 model runs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for each model remaining, you roll a dice. So you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 models left. And for every 1 and 2, a model runs. So the 5 that I just put back anyway.
Yeah. So let's go into my turn 5. I hold that objective still. Them 3 boys are heroes.
Yeah. So because of the attrition test, obviously she did lose 5, but they still are there. They hold the objective because they've got objective secured. She holds 1 objective for 5 primary victory points, and she scores 3 for vital ground because it's the one in the enemy deployment zone. So I've got a wounded Morty, 4 plague marines, and a wounded plague burst crawler. Lucy has 3 boys.
But that's not important. Let's add up
Indeed.
all the points.
And there we have it. There we have it. Keep Mortarion on this side managed to keep me the objectives on this side for a little bit longer, and making it to Lucy's before she got to mine really kept me going a little bit longer.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the primary, you scoring every turn.
Your turn 4's what hurt you because you only got assassinate on 1 character.
So 77 to him, 60 to me.
Yep, and it was that turn 4 because I got the full 15 because I was on 3 of them and Lucy wasn't on any. And it's that turn that swung up. Honestly, even at turn 3, I still thought that it was going to be a table in one way or the other. And it just kept, we literally just kept battering each other backwards and forwards. Do you know what? That's actually the longest game we've played in a long time.
Yep.
And it was nice that, because we didn't add the points up for everything going through, it was nice that there was still, you know, a possibility that it could go either way. When we added up the points for my thin their ranks, I killed 50 boys in total. In fact, I probably killed more because you used Endless Green Tide, so possibly an extra one. But I got 6 for killing all of those boys, plus Ghazghkull, plus the truck. So, yeah. A victory for the Death Guard. I think there's a lot of cool stuff, but having to remember all of the overlaps, it's not easy. It's not easy. I think you did really well with Ghazghkull. I mean, you could have killed Morty with him, but you went for the objectives.
I did.
You went and killed the characters, and then you came back over for this objective. So, nevertheless, it was a fantastic game. Morty he's so good.
He is.
He genuinely is good now, and I think you will see him on the table a lot more than what you used to. I've really enjoyed this. I want to play the Death Guard again, Lucy. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.